Good afternoon. Welcome to RMU Live. Today is Monday, October 30th, 2017. I'm Gage Golding.
And I'm William Carney. Here's what's happening now.
We start this morning off with breaking news from Washington, D.C. as part of President Donald Trump's 2016 presidential election campaign has been charged in federal courts. Former presidential campaign chairman for Trump, Paul Manafort, along with Trump official Rick Gates, are being charged with 12 counts, the worst of which include conspiracy against the United States, conspiracy to launder money, and unregistered agent of a foreign principal. The special counsel headed by Robert Mueller is looking into any connections between Russia and the Trump campaign. 45-year-old Gates is a longtime business associate of Manafort and has served as deputy on the campaign. President Trump took to Twitter to respond to the allegations, saying, quote, "Sorry, but this is years ago, before Paul Manafort was part of the Trump campaign. But why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus? Also, there is no collusion," end quote.
The Pittsburgh City Council race is heating up, and one of the issues is what to do with the South Hills neighborhood. Democrat Anthony Coghill wants to revitalize it, while Republican Cletus Cibrone Abate plans to follow the money. Anthony Coghill is running for his fourth time, while Abate has never ran before. She has served on Republican campaigns, though, including President Donald Trump's. The race for the City Council is heating up as we get closer to Election Day.
A 30-year-old woman is dead following a two-vehicle accident in Pittsburgh's Point Breeze neighborhood. Angelica Fields was taken to UPMC Presbyterian Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. 3 other individuals were involved in the accident and taken to the hospital in stable condition. A 79-year-old man was the driver of the other vehicle. Names of the other victims have not yet been released by police.
Pittsburgh is a clean city all the way around, or so we thought. Reagan Scheck has more on the story.
Pittsburgh is known for a lot of things. For example, our winning sports teams or the technological powerhouses growing in the city. One thing Pittsburgh does not want to be known for is being one of the rattiest cities in the United States.
Orkin, the Pest Control Service, looked at the number of rodent treatments that the company performed in the major cities over the past year. The rattiest city in the U.S., according to Orkin, is Chicago and has been for the past 3 years. New York leads in second, Los Angeles at third, San Francisco fourth, and Washington, D.C. rounding off the top 5. Pittsburgh came in 22nd. Neighboring cities like Philadelphia came in 6th place, Cleveland at 13, and Cincinnati at 24.
The city of Pittsburgh hasn't released any information on whether or not they have a plan to help clean up the city. Reporting from the Strip District, Reagan Scheck, RMU Century Media.
You know, Logan, I never really thought about that before. I've never actually really even seen rats in Pittsburgh, so that's kind of surprising for me.
It is extremely surprising. We still have an overall clean city, though, so nothing to really worry about.
Exactly what I was going to say. A man barricaded himself inside his home and threw bricks at police on Saturday afternoon in the Mount Oliver neighborhood of Pittsburgh. 49-year-old Joseph Sodar was arrested after a standoff with SWAT teams in Pittsburgh. Sodar barricaded himself in his bedroom with kitchen knives and threw bricks at police. Police were originally called to the residence for a mental health call. Pennsylvania State Police are asking for your help with finding a missing Westmoreland County man. 45-year-old Scott Nooner has been missing since Friday, when he was last seen on his home on 9th Street in St. Clair Township. Police say Nooner has several tattoos on his arms and chest and is known to smoke cigarettes. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a white tank top, dark-colored white sleeve shirt, and work boots. Anyone with information is urged to call Pennsylvania State Police.
A man received a 1-year jail sentence and 2-year house arrest sentence after pleading no contest to a hit-and-run death of a man in Pennsylvania. 63-year-old William Astrophizer said that he believed that he hit a tree before going back and realizing that it was a person. The victim was 25-year-old Brandon Bixler.
Carfentanil is a new drug that is more powerful than most drugs on the streets. A child in McKees Rocks died after accidentally ingesting the lethal drug. For more on the story, I traveled to Oakland. A 1-year-old girl from McKees Rock is dead after ingesting a drug that is commonly used to tranquilize animals such as elephants.
The Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office said that 1-year-old Adriana Cohen died after accidentally ingesting carfentanil. The Allegheny County Police are investigating this death, but say no charges have been filed in connection with the girl's death. The Drug Enforcement Agency has issued a warning on the dangers of carfentanil, which has been involved in numerous deaths around the country.
Carfentanil is 10,000 times more potent than morphine, 100 times more powerful than fentanyl, and 10 times as strong as heroin. And officials in Pittsburgh say that the drug is here to stay. Reporting outside of UPMC Presbyterian Hospital in Oakland, Gage Golding, RMU Century Media. Logan, not only is it crazy that something like this could happen, but something that is that powerful on the streets, I mean, that's something that's really dangerous to Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's difficult. You already got the opioid crisis going on. You already got the heroin crisis. Now another drug coming in.
Just to add to it is just, that's unfathomable.
And we're going to page a little bit to another drug that, or another issue that's kind of going out there. A lot of people use vaping as a way to quit cigarettes. But is it really a good alternative? Reagan Check has more.
A new study has shown that e-cigarettes can be worse for your health than traditional cigarettes. Chemicals in e-cigarettes have been linked to various diseases such as COPD and cystic fibrosis.
Researchers at North Carolina University have found that the chemicals create the same byproduct that is associated with bronchitis and asthma. Researcher Dr. Mohammed Kaismer at the University of North Carolina says, quote, "There is confusion about whether e-cigarettes are safer than cigarettes because the potential adverse effects of e-cigarettes are only beginning to be studied." End quote.
In 2008, Pittsburgh has put a ban on smoking except for in hospitality venues like bars, restaurants, and casinos. Reporting from downtown Pittsburgh, Reagan Check, RMU Century Media.
This is also surprising to me because I thought that vaping was just, water and a little bit of nicotine. I didn't think it was the whole, carcinogens
It's still
and everything.
still a new thing. So I believe when one of these reports come out, they're going to keep finding stuff wrong with it. So hopefully, in 10 years or 15 years, we can know more about
I think
what's
it's
going
still
on.
on the verge. Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Moving on to some good news, though. Pittsburgh's 2 ski resorts both reported their first snowfall over the weekend. Hidden Valley and Seven Springs both shared media showing the snowfall. There's no date yet for either resort's opening. For a deeper look, though, into the weather for the week, stay tuned for a full report later in the show with Chief Meteorologist Morgan Nagel in our Weather Center. Police are looking for 2 men in connection with an armed robbery in Oakland. The one suspect is a Hispanic male with a short build. He was last seen wearing a yellow shirt and jeans. The other suspect is an African-American man with shoulder-length dreadlocks and was last seen wearing a blue plaid shirt and jeans as well. These men are armed and dangerous, so if you see them, please don't approach and call University of Pittsburgh Police Department at 412-624-2121.
Police in Virginia say that a woman is left dead after a boy jumped off an overpass onto her car. The accident occurred on Interstate 66 in Northern Virginia. A 12-year-old boy jumped off the overpass and landed on a Ford Escape driven by 22-year-old Marissa Harris. Harris was pronounced dead at the scene, and a passenger was taken to the hospital. The jumper was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. And for more updates and coverage around the Pittsburgh area and Robert Morris University, be sure to visit RMUCenturyMedia.com. Coming up on RMU-Live, Amazon is getting an offer to come hear from a local restaurant. Stay tuned for more.
And almost the entire Houston Texans kneeled on Saturday. Find out why, coming up.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you!
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Want to help in the aftermath of a hurricane? Together, you and I can really help. I am fast and versatile. I can be whatever is needed. To help you provide important relief when it's most critical. If you want to lend a hand, I can help you reach out and truly touch lives. Even a small donation can make a big difference.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and the treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
Welcome back to RMU Live. Amazon is considering Pittsburgh as its home for its second worldwide headquarters, and Permane Brothers made an offer to the online retail giant that is hard to pass up. I visited the original sandwich shop in the Strip District for more on the story. Amazon.com, the online giant retailer, is looking for the home for its second worldwide headquarters, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania might just have what it takes. Now, businesses all around the city have been pitching their ideas to help influence Amazon to choose Pittsburgh, and Permane Brothers might just sweeten the deal.
The legendary Pittsburgh sandwich shop told the City of Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto that they would help bring Amazon here to the city. Permane Brothers said that they'll offer Amazon 50,000 free sandwiches plus a lifetime employee discount if Amazon picks Pittsburgh for their second worldwide headquarters. The Permane Brothers Twitter account tweeted out, "Hey Bill Peduto, we want to help sweeten the Amazon deal. Free sandwiches to all the Amazon employees when the Pittsburgh headquarters pops up. DM us to discuss."
Now, this has kind of been taking place all around the country. Different cities have different brands home to their city that have been kind of making the deal a little bit better for Amazon, but I don't know what can be better than 50,000 free sandwiches for all of the employees at the new Amazon headquarters, too. Reporting outside the original Permane shop in Pittsburgh Strip District, Gage Golding, RMU Century Media. Amazon is expected to make a decision in early to mid-2018 in Logan. This could mean a lot more jobs for the people of Pittsburgh and, quite frankly, a lot of free sandwiches.
I mean, it could. I mean, I don't know what can be harder to pass up than free Permanes. I know if I was Amazon, I'd put it here just for that.
I know if I was working, I would be leaving my job and going to Amazon if they came here. The drugstore chain CVS is considering paying more than $200 a share in a merger deal with health insurance company Aetna. Analysts say that CVS, buying the nation's third largest insurance provider, could help drive down costs for customers and streamline processes. The deal between CVS and Aetna would be valued at more than $60 billion. An official merger date or offer has not been made available yet.
On Friday, nearly 3,000 newly released documents related to John F. Kennedy's assassination were released. These records tell the story of America's covert operations when America was suspicious of its Cold War enemies. Soviet officials believe Kennedy was killed by a well-organized conspiracy by the ultra-right in the United States. One of the files show how agents tracked Lee Harvey Oswald, Kennedy's assassin, on a bus trip to Mexico City in October 1963. There are more top-secret files related to the assassination yet to be released. Trump ordered some of these records remain secret for the next 180 days. On Saturday, U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said the threat of nuclear missile attack by North Korea is increasing. Mattis accused North Korea of illegal and unnecessary missile and nuclear programs. He vowed to defeat any attacks that came the United States' way. He also said the United States will never accept a nuclear North as North Korea engages in outlaw behavior. Mattis states that whatever the North may try can be overruled by the U.S.-South Korean alliance. Puerto Rico's governor canceled a contract given to a tiny Montana firm to help rebuild the island's power grid. The The contract was given to Whitefish Energy, who has little experience on such a large scale. The governor asked the Board of Governors of Puerto Rican Electric Power Authority, or PREPA, to cancel the contract there, or also raised concerns on why Puerto Rican authorities had not requested mutual aid from Puerto Rican Power Authority's Whitefish, made a statement saying that they were very disappointed and the decision would delay what the people of Puerto Rico want.
According to a court official, former U.S. President Barack Obama has been summoned for jury duty in the state of Illinois and plans to serve. Obama owns a home in Washington, D.C. and in Chicago and could be called in for criminal or civil cases. The United States economy has been expanding quicker than most analysts predicted. During the third quarter, the economy expanded at 3%. The past 2 quarters and the first 2 quarters that President Donald Trump has been in office are the strongest since 2014. Analysts expect a sharp slowdown after back-to-back hurricanes that hit earlier this year. A group of team members on the Houston Texans football team kneeled during the national anthem Sunday before their game against the Seattle Seahawks. This action is in light of a statement that the team owner Bob McNair made earlier this week. McNair said that players kneeling during the national anthem is like prisoners running in prison. McNair issued an apology after the story made headlines. For more in sports, stay tuned after the break.
That's right, Gage, and if you're interested in watching more RMU TV, be sure to check out our whole show lineup throughout the week.
And when we come back from the break, we take a look at the Steelers game from last night.
And we head to Chief Weather Forecaster Morgan Nagel with the weather for today and this upcoming week.
On November 3rd in Hopwood Auditorium, Robert Morris University, join me, Don Luisi, for Bringing the Blues to RMU. This is a live event featuring Pittsburgh's Queen of the Blues, Jill West, and Blues Attack. Along with a screening of Blues Chronicles from the Berg, 3 short documentary profiles of Pittsburgh blues legends Eugene Morgan, Bill Weiner, and Jill West. This tribute to the blues is sponsored by the Blues Society of Western Pennsylvania, the Academic Media Center, and RMU Radio. That's Bringing the Blues to RMU, Friday, November 3rd at 5 p.m., Hopwood Auditorium, Robert Morris University. Admission is free to the public.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Live, I'm the Chief Meteorologist, Morgan Nagel, and we're first going to look at Hidden Valley Resort, where snowfall is starting to be seen. And next we're going to head to the weather outside. It's currently 44 degrees outside, very chilly, with a high of 47 and a low of 37, and you probably guessed it, evening showers. As for what it looks like outside, Looks like a pretty typical fall day with some clouds in the sky, but no rain yet. And for tomorrow, we could see similar temperatures of 46 degrees and a low of 33 with the humidity at 56%, which isn't too bad. And then for the rest of the week, you can expect showers every single day. Temperatures starting to spike back up into the 60s and high 50s. And yeah, it's fall outside. It's raining. And I'm going to head it over to Logan with sports.
Thanks, Morgan. Welcome. Here's what's happening in the sports world. The Pittsburgh Steelers took on the Detroit Lions in Sunday Night Football yesterday. Juju Smith-Schuster was the star on the offense as he had 7 catches for 193 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown was for 97 yards and is a new Steelers record for longest touchdown catch. The defense didn't give up a single touchdown as they stopped the Lions in the red zone 5 times in the game. Those 5 times, the Lions were all within 10 yards of the end zone. Steelers are now 6-2, which is tied with the Patriots for the best record in the AFC, and they sit 2 games up on the Baltimore Ravens for the AFC North title. They are off this week and will face off against the Colts on November 12th. The Pittsburgh Penguins took on the Winnipeg Jets this past Saturday. It seems that when they lose big, as the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions fell to the Jets by a score of 7-1. After losing franchise goalie Marc-Andre Fleury in the expansion draft this summer, the Penguins are last in the league in goals against, averaging 3.8 goals against a game. Things aren't dire for the Penguins, however, as they still sit in second in the Metropolitan and are 7-5 with 1 overtime loss on the year. Their next game is against the Edmonton Oilers on Wednesday. The Rob Morris football team took on St. Francis this past weekend as they hope to get their first win in conference play. That win will have to wait another week as they fell to St. Francis by a score of 36-7. They now fall to 2-6 on the year and 0-3 in the NEC Conference. Their next game this weekend will be on the road against Wagner. World Series Game 5 was last night in Houston as the Astros hosted the Los Angeles Dodgers. The game was exciting as the Dodgers repeatedly pulled away from the Astros, but a World Series record 5 home runs kept them in the game. 5 hours and 10 innings later, Alex Bregman hit a walk-off single to score Derek Fisher, putting the Astros up 3-2 in the World Series. The next game will be tomorrow night at 8:20 Eastern Standard Time in Los Angeles. The Pirates finished near the bottom of the league this year, but the overall city of Pittsburgh finished somewhere different in terms of baseball. Gage Golding has more on the story.
Despite not making the World Series in over 4 decades and having one of the longest winningless season streaks in Major League Baseball history, the city of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Pirates are still the 10th best city in the nation to have baseball.
The financial data website Wallet Hub put 363 of the most populated cities in the country head-to-head to find out which ones were the best to have baseball. The company judged teams and cities on different metrics such as team performance, ticket prices, stadium accessibility, and fan engagement. The Pittsburgh Pirates finished the 2017 season under 500 with a final record of 75 wins and 87 losses, which landed them in 4th place in the National League Central Division.
PNC Park is still ranked as one of the best ballparks in America. They are ranked number 5 for accessibility. Now, the Pittsburgh Pirates team is ranked 6th overall for team performance and fan engagement. Now, the Pirates ticket sales are ranked 15th in price out of the 30 club teams.
Not only did the Pirates suffer to perform on the field, attendance at PNC Park continued to drop from nearly 2.5 million in 2015 to only 1.9 million fans coming to see the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2017. According to Wallet Hub, the top 5 cities in the country for baseball is New York at number 1, St. Louis comes in 2nd, at 3rd is Los Angeles, San Francisco takes number 4, and Arlington, Texas at number 5. Pittsburgh ranks at number 10, and nearby Cincinnati comes in at 8th.
This report comes in light after executive Hollywood film producer Thomas Tull says he's interested in buying the Pittsburgh Pirates for $1 billion. Now, majority owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bob Nutting, has not commented on this, but he has said in the past he's not interested in selling the Major League Baseball team. Reporting from PNC Park on the North Shore, Gage Golding, RMU Century Media.
You know, even though they had a down year, it's still interesting to see that the Pirates are still valuable in this town.
Absolutely. And for some cute dog stories coming up after the break. We'll see you back here in a minute.
Emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls. Just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Want to help in the aftermath of a hurricane? Together, you and I can really help. I am fast and versatile. I can be whatever is needed. To help you provide important relief when it's most critical. If you want to lend a hand, I can help you reach out and truly touch lives. Even a small donation can make a big difference.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and the treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
Three-month-old puppy Zoe nearly died on Friday after ingesting what looked like a cigarette box on an Andover street in Boston. It turned out to actually be an opioid. Immediately impacted Zoe as she fell over onto her side. The owner, Peter Thibault, rushed her to the burglary veterinary hospital where they determined she had overdosed. Zoe was given naloxone, a generic form of Narcan that reversed the effects of opioids. It seems like a miracle that after 12 hours, Zoe was safe and sent home.
A police officer in Dallas, Texas spoke at an event supporting the decriminalization of small amounts of marijuana. Officer Nick Norvello changed out of his uniform after a shift and went to the JFK Memorial Plaza to support the rally. Earlier this year, Novello was investigated by his department after posting a video to YouTube urging President Donald Trump to revamp the nation's marijuana laws. Mali desert elephants are in danger of becoming an extinct species. Poachers and traffickers target the northernmost herd of elephants in Africa for their ivory tusks. Dr. Susan Carney, director of the Mali Elephant Project, believed that all of the Mali elephants would be extinct in only 3 years if the poaching attacks continued. The organization continues to pressure poachers out of the area.
Catalonia is currently working with experts in Estonia to create a new digital technology. This news creates fears that Madrid will try to impose control over the region. Predicting there will be more violence and civil unrest, the Catalan government declared to be independent this past Friday. And hours after that, the Spanish government enacted an article to put Catalonia under the direct rule of Madrid. Spain announced the new regional elections will be held in December.
This year, consumers in America are expected to spend on the upwards of $440 million on Halloween costumes this year, just for their pets. The growing trend grew by more than $20 million since last year. The most popular pet costumes this year, dressing up your little fur ball as a pumpkin or a hot dog. Logan, I'll tell you what, I love seeing those dogs walk around looking like little hot dogs or pumpkins, all sorts of stuff. I think it's the cutest thing in the world.
That is
I love
adorable, absolutely adorable.
I love ending a show with a happy story. I think that's great.
Of course.
All right, we will see you back here next Monday. Have a great week.